Hey there, it's Raven Scry here today to offer another crypto reading. This one's offered by Dennis, so thank you, Dennis. And he's requested Tezos and Cardano. Enjoy. The first coin that you've selected is Tezos. Okay, there's a lot of, in the way that they show this, the energy is like, it's giving me quite a jagged element of movement up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like there is an energy with this one that feels like it's got a pent up energy around it. There's something that's pent up, and it's like it's kind of moving up and then moving down, and it's like this energy, something's knocking it down, is the way that it feels. It keeps going to go up, but it's just like this pushed back. But in saying that, like it's got this energy that keeps trying, keeps driving, keeps going in the way that they feel, that they're showing me, that I'm feeling that how they're showing it's coming through to me. It's interesting too, because it's like the spirit's kind of impressing on me that it's going to break through one of these times. It's like it keeps trying, and it's going to move. And now they show me it moving quite decently up within the way the energy feels here. Now I'm just going to ask Spirit, what more have you got to add around the project Tezos? They're saying large growth. Large community, large growth, and they're showing me reference. I'm not really understanding what is coming through around this, but I'm just going to give it as I get it. They're showing me reference to collectibles. It's like things that you collect. It's like I've got this one and that one, and all these different collectible things in reference here. So I don't know whether it's connected within collectibles or NFTs or whatnot, but there is this reference to collectibles, and it's supporting a takeoff in some way. It's like some sort of adoption or some sort of connection that is helpful for its movement forward. And I want to say it almost renews something within the project. It's like it's adding something to it. And there is sort of this development taking place within the project. Tezos. So I'm just going to ask now, okay, as we move down the timeline further into 2024, into 2025 with Tezos, what the trajectory is for this project. They're talking about an epic boom. It looks to be sort of picking up speed here as we move along, and I'm hearing reference to lightning here as well, and it's like they're showing me a scene of lightning striking the earth suddenly. It's like it comes out of nowhere. It's like there's this sense of suddenly something's taking place here. The lightning hits the earth, and I feel as though this is reference to timing in some way. Something coming out of nowhere, coming out of the blue, that wasn't expected. Or certainly not easy to pick up if you're not extremely in the know with the space and with the project. So I ask, okay, well, as this lightning strikes, what can be offered here? It's like something splitting apart, and there is this big hole. It's interesting. It's taking me somewhere quite deep now. Now this can be within external happenings on the planet as well, in the way it mirrors it. But it's like it's taking me, this split that happens. It's like it moves into my heart, and it's like, there's a heaviness, and it's like I didn't expect that blow. It's like, I didn't expect that to come. And I feel as though this is around the project, something that's happened here. And there is some, so there is some sort of negative thing that comes in that's unexpected. And I ask, okay, well, as we move further into 2024, into 2025, this project, is it going to do well? They keep taking me to this epic blow. It's like some sort of blow that happens. And I ask, well, is this connected to larger market? No, I don't feel as though it is. I feel as though it's connected to this. Something's happened. It's perhaps connected to the team or something. And it just gives me this like heavy feeling that's not easy to integrate. So it's certainly taking me deep into something that's unexpected in some way. And I'm just going to ask anything more that they wish to give around Tezos, because I certainly want to look at this further down the track, because this could change, things could evolve differently. But they just right now take my energies to this kind of freakish event, or this like unexpected thing that happens. And, you know, it's affecting the community, it's affecting people involved. It almost feels like it could have some sort of hack reference or something here around this. So just being mindful, and particularly if it's connected to NFTs or something like this, or something to do with these collectibles, just being careful, being mindful is really strong here in the way that comes through. Okay, I'm going to move along now to your next request, which is Cardano. Okay, I'm going to have a sip of water, excuse me. So Cardano, it's interesting because nobody has requested this up until now. Some of the larger coins no one even wants to touch, when in fact, you know, it would be useful to touch some of these larger coins, because they're going to do very well, and they are doing very well. So interesting. Anyway, Cardano. Okay, there's a steadiness, there's a stableness with this one. It is very large, and I want to say, you know, it feels like it's in for the long haul. You know, it's not giving up. There's a resilience here, a resilience in the way that it moves, and even though, you know, at times it's like, oh, you know, it's not moving much. It's like this kind of slow stagnance. Excuse me, my throat's gone weird. This slow stagnance. Even though there is this, it's like I feel as though my voice is mirroring it. It's wanting to sort of like take it on. It's like it keeps trying. It's pushing through. And even if it gets taken down to a snail's pace in the way that the energy is, it's like something, you know, gets slowed down to this very, very small snail pace. It keeps going. It doesn't give up. You know, it's like, and it has this resilience. It's like it continues on. It's pushing on. And it's reminding me of the story of the tortoise and the hare, and, you know, the race that they have, and the tortoise, you know, that eventually gets there, but he's much slower. But, you know, the whole journey is longer, and you can't predict how it's going to end, but there is this sense of slow and steady wins the race, you know. So I do see that it's moving up quite well over time, even though there's stagnance and staggering in that. That's part of its journey and part of its process. And it's interesting too, because it really is reminding me of the learnings of that. It's like it's Spirit's wanting to impress upon me the learnings of slow and steady, you know, and being in for a longer period. It's like being wise, not jumping the gun, not quickly trying to jump on any other coin, or it's like there's a wise, slow and steady here with this one. Okay, so I'm going to ask now, as we move further into 2024 and into 2025 with Cardano, success, global openings. Oh, that sounds very positive too. I feel as though, yeah, like it's moving into wider community and into global openings. I feel as though it's expanding a great deal throughout the community, but also the offerings that it's integrating with and coming into. And there's a great deal of them. It feels like it's like many things, like connecting, and in some way largely unseen. is these movements. It's like they're not really noticed, but there is a great deal of, how can I say, infrastructure that is moving across. It's like they show it in all these bars connecting, connecting everything like in grids, and it's like moving out, moving across, building, covering up the space. And it's almost like the frame of a house. It's like the skeleton of the house, of the frame where the wood, all the wood beams are being put up. All of these frames and foundation points are there, and very quickly can come into action the rest of it. Quickly, the walls, the plastering, painted, it's done. So it's like the strong foundations are being built, and are being quite widely built. And it's quite strong. It's like there's this massive kind of building that they show, and it just kind of keeps going on and on. It's like as far as I can see. So it's taking up a lot of space. So just moving back to the trajectory of 2024 into 2025, they just show this expansion. But in regards to price, like they're showing some pretty decent moves coming up. And I feel as though it is mirroring the market, the greater market in some way. A lot of things are going to rise, but it is also traveling up quite decently. Now, it's like it's moving up, where I'm seeing it kind of moving up, and I move out. I feel to be drawn further out, 2025, 2026. I feel as though there is almost another round of something to go. It's like it's moving, but it's like the way that it's shown is like this movement up, and then we're pulling back, and it's sort of rounding, and then boom, it takes off. And it's moving quite high. I'm getting a 26 around this as well. So yeah, it's like it's taking its time again, but there is some pretty exciting movement that comes into this in the way that Spirit shows it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you've got any thoughts or comments about either of these projects, please don't hesitate to pop them below. And if you'd like one of these readings, please get in touch via the About page of the channel and the email there. Okay, I'll see you soon. Raven Scry signing off.